Welcome to Wade In, a podcast where we step into real conversations about faith, life, and what it means to follow Jesus together. Thanks for joining us. Let's wade in.
Welcome to the Wade In podcast. I'm Rachel, and I'm here with Taylor. How are you this morning, Taylor?
Doing pretty good, Rachel. How are you?
Good. So thanks for taking the time to share with us a little bit about your story. To get us started, why don't you tell us what home looks like for you and how you kind of got to North River?
Home for me is a little bit crazy, with three little girls, 5, 3, and 1.
So cute.
It's busy and it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine my life any other way. So God has really blessed us with some good little girls, and they've really helped to change me and I guess make me a better person in a way.
Yeah.
So how I got to North River, I actually started coming to North River, I think, off and on when I was 15.
Wow.
I started coming mostly on like Wednesday nights.
Mm-hmm.
But I really started coming. Blake and I actually started dating when I was 16, and when we started dating, he was going to North River too. So, but I started coming more, and I was here on Sundays more, and then it just kind of it became home for me in a way. So, that's when I started coming to North River, and then I think I was talking to Nate yesterday. I think it was 2019 when I started working at North River.
Wow.
I think it was 2019. I was working in Blake's office, and I was working myself out of Blake's office also.
Which is nice.
Yes. And so I got an associate's degree in bookkeeping that I hadn't used. And so I think Blake was actually talking, it was with Scott back then.
Mm-hmm.
And they were wanting to get maybe a bookkeeper that went to the church and knew the church and was involved with the church. And so Blake and Scott talked about it, and I think actually we sat down with Nate, because that's when Nate was kind of coming in too.
Mm-hmm.
And talked about it, and he decided to hire me. For better or worse, he did it. So
We're so thankful.
I hope so.
Well, because it helps, you know the church, you know what's going on. So when we have gifts come in, you know kind of where to put them.
Right.
And so it makes it a little bit easier for us
Yeah.
on the staff side, having you here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's great.
So yeah, that's kind of life and how I got here. So what about you? What's home like for you?
Home like for me is a little
crazy.
chaotic right now.
Yeah.
I got married about a year ago.
Right.
Almost.
Right.
Can't believe we're that close.
Yeah.
So so to Daniel, and we have a 13-year-old daughter. They're both amazing. Love them. But we recently sold our house.
Right.
So closing day is Friday.
Yeah.
Which is
So
a little
soon.
Stressful because we've got to pack everything and move into a rental house because we don't have a house to live in yet.
Yeah.
But, one of these days,
The right one's going to come along.
it's going to come along
soon.
So we'll see how that goes. But I got to North River. I've been here since 2013. And Scott, our founding pastor, was my youth minister growing up.
Right.
So I went to church here, and we were in need of a church administrator, and so he offered me the job, and it was pure luck getting in it. So,
And you became the actual boss of the church. That's basically what happened. You may not be called that, but you are.
Maybe so, but yeah. So I do all of the graphics, advertising,
Right.
administrative stuff. I make everybody else look good. It's kind of how I
Anything that
feel.
needs to be done, you do.
Yes. I'm the behind the scenes person that makes everything run. So,
When and how, I guess, have you sensed God inviting you deeper in your faith?
So a few years ago, Nate brought up the idea of discipleship groups,
Yeah.
of deep groups, and he encouraged the staff, and he encouraged some other people within the church to kind of start a D group.
Right.
And so a couple ladies decided to do one, and they invited me in to do it with them. And I at first was like, no, not for me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to share my life with what's going on and with other people. Nope. But then I prayed about it more, and I was like, I really felt the Lord leading me that, Rachel, you need to do this.
Right.
So, and those ladies, I was already good friends with all of them. One of them even introduced me to my husband. So, which is fantastic.
We love that.
We love it. So we started going through the entire book of the Bible.
Okay.
Which took us about 2 years to do, which
Right.
is longer than it should have. But we had a lot of fun, and getting to see all of the stories all together,
Right.
as one big story, really kind of brought it more to life to me.
Yeah.
And I was able to see how the story of Jesus is in both the Old and New Testament. It's throughout the book of the Bible,
Right.
not just what we think of sometimes as just the New Testament. So it was it was really neat. And so I've been in 2 other D groups, I think, now. And I'm in one now where we're going through the Old Testament, and I still
Okay.
see new things
Always
that are
seeing
coming.
new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That's the crazy part. You just every time you read it, you're finding something new.
I know.
He's showing you something different. So
Yeah.
that's great.
So, yep. What about you? How have you seen him inviting you deeper?
I feel like the season of life that I'm in, parenting. I mean, that's all I do. I feel God inviting me deeper by. He just shows me many different things, like through my kids, and how to. Just I don't know, just parenting. It's so hard to explain to me, but he just they're just so simple, and I don't know. He's just shown me like to I don't know. I can't find the words right now, but just shown me like I'm truly not in control. If it weren't for him, I don't have any patience. I can't do that on my own. I actually texted Blake at 8:30 yesterday morning, and I was like, I've lost it. I don't have patience anymore. Yeah. And the only thing that I could do to get through the rest of the day is rely on God.
Yeah.
So like he's just in little things like patience. He's like showing me like, you need me. Like the only way you're going to get through these things is me.
Yeah.
So you like just relying on him through that. That's just, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a lot lately.
Yeah, I can imagine with the whole house situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just
Because, I mean, you had a house, you lost it, like, you're like, what's going on?
what's happening?
Well,
Yeah.
God,
But I have to remind myself constantly that he knows the bigger picture.
He
knows
knows.
what's going on. He knows what's going to happen. He
Right.
knows the house that is for us.
right.
And so I just have to trust that he's going to bring it to us in his timing.
As frustrating as the
Which is-
waiting is.
The waiting is
it's
always
gonna
the hardest.
be so worth it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
always worth it.
Yeah.
So how do you personally listen, talking about our core practices
Right.
for the church, how do you personally listen for God's voice in your life?
I think listening for God's voice in my life, it's just, I'm a simple person. I keep things simple. So, like, just when there's something going on or a decision to be made, just feeling a peace about it. I feel like that's really how God shows me, like, this is what I want for you. This is what I want for your family, those things. So just having a peace about it and a comfort that you can't really explain any other way than God. Yeah. So.
All right, so around North River, we talk about discovering your kingdom platform,
Right.
your place of maximum kingdom impact. So was there a moment when you realized, hey, God can use me right here?
Here I go back to parenting. Yeah, I mean, just with my kids, I feel like he's using me so much because, the most important thing to me in life is to show them or teach them about God, and just my biggest prayer is that they grow to know God and to love Him and trust Him. And so I think that's really my biggest platform right now is with them.
Which is such an important one.
Yeah, it is. It is. And, it's so, I hate to say simple, but like, it's just like it's nothing big. And so I think when I was kind of thinking about Kingdom platform, I was thinking like, what am I doing that's like in the spotlight or, things like that. But you just have to, it's not always in the spotlight. Sometimes it's behind the scenes. Yeah. So I think that's really where God's using me right now, is behind the scenes as a parent, and just loving my babies and teaching them about Jesus, Yeah.
I get that behind the scenes. That's kind of where mine is.
That's what,
here at the church, I feel like I'm the behind the scenes person.
Right.
So it's not a big dramatic platform, and most people
it really
doesn't
is.
see it, but it's a big
because
one,
without what you do, nothing here really gets. Nothing here gets done.
Yeah. So
yeah.
All right. So encouragement and next steps. So for someone who feels stuck in the shallows of faith, what encouragement would you offer?
I would just say don't compare. Don't compare your story to other people's. Don't compare, where you're at with where other people are. And it goes back to the behind the scenes stuff. If somebody's, out there going to different countries sharing Jesus, like, that's great, but that doesn't have to be where you're at. You may be the one here, giving, or just don't compare.
Yeah.
Do what
is the thief of joy.
Yeah. Do what you feel God is calling you to do, and that's obviously where He wants you. So just listen.
He's asking you to do something, so trust that He's going to be there along the way.
Even if you feel it's insignificant, it's not.
It's not.
The most insignificant things can be the biggest. So.
Yep.
So yeah.
So, I would say take baby steps. Trust Him.
Right.
That He wants us to come to a place where we depend on Him.
Right.
Right. So He's going to ask you to get out of your comfort zone, which
absolutely
He's asked us to do multiple times.
Yes. Right here in this moment.
Yeah. But you just have to go, because on the other side, it's so much better.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding once you get out of the comfort zone.
Yeah. And if what we both are obviously uncomfortable doing this, but if one thing we say, if somebody's listening, helps them, then everything was worth it.
Exactly.
All the nerves were worth it.
All of it.
So anyway, so is there maybe a certain song or book or verse that has been speaking to you lately?
Yeah. So most that Ellie Holcomb is one of my favorite singer-songwriters. Love everything.
You gave my girls books like when they were babies.
I love them.
That's what you gave my kids.
Yeah, I love her kids' books. They're awesome.
Yeah.
But she has a song called "Wherever I Go" that has a lyric in it, and it says, "I'm never alone. Wherever I go, you are so kind to remind me that if I'm lost, you'll come find me. Even in the darkest valley, your goodness and mercy will follow me."
Yeah.
And that's just, it's so comforting. Like, wherever I am, wherever I go, I'm not really lost. Like, God is always there.
You feel lost, but you're not.
But I'm not.
You're where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what about you? Is there a verse or song or?
I just go back to in Matthew 6. He talks about don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has its own worries, and I am a worrier.
Same.
What's going on tomorrow? I know exactly what's going on tomorrow. Here's all the things that could go wrong. Here's all that. So I try to constantly remind myself, God already knows what's going to happen tomorrow. There's nothing. None of the worrying is going to change anything.
No.
Even though I still do it, but I try to remind myself, stop.
Yeah.
And Blake tries to remind me that too, but just don't worry. God's got it, and he's got me.
Yep. Which is hard because like you and I are similar. We like to know a plan. We like to have a plan.
Yep.
We like to know the plan.
Yep.
And so when we don't necessarily know the plan,
Right.
it kind of stresses us out a little bit.
A lot. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had trouble with that lately.
Yeah. The whole house.
The whole
Yeah.
house. Like, I need a plan. Even just like moving this week. I'm like,
Right.
when's the truck coming? When is the
Yeah.
pod getting picked up? When are
Right.
people moving things? When's my last night sleeping in my bed?
Right. And it's not just up to you anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you have a husband and like a stepdaughter. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just plan around you anymore.
No,
you've
I
got
have
to
to
you've got to
coordinate
plan
with
all those
everybody.
things. Yeah. It's just
So,
it's difficult.
yeah. It's exciting.
So yeah.
Yeah. So, well, thanks for sharing a bit of your story today. As we wrap up, everyone has a story, everyone has a next step, and we can all wade in deeper with one another and certainly with our walk with Christ.